Hello and welcome to the Best Boys Podcast. I'm Danny.
And I'm Vince.
The new and improved Best Boys Podcast, because I made a new look. I got us a new logo I made. And I might do a new intro song, who knows? Might get the La La Land song out of there and find something random to throw in there. But before we get into any of the new stuff, some news on our end. I set up a Patreon for us, for if anyone listens to this, because we usually have at least like 5 steady listeners. If any of them want to contribute, or if you enjoy the show and want to contribute, patreon.com/bestboys, where you can donate. Some of the tiers are $1, just give $1. That's nothing really big, just give $1. $5, we'll do like a little pre-show live stream thing on Patreon, because they have a live stream thing. $10, you get a shout out at the beginning or at the end of the show, we'll decide. And then $20 if you want to do that monthly movie night, where we'll just watch a movie and stream it.
All right.
I didn't run any of that past you before we recorded.
That's okay.
Or anything, but you know, that's even if we get one patron.
We get $1.
Yeah, if we get $1. Okay, so what have you watched since we last recorded?
I was thinking about that. I was writing it down, and all I came up with was Sing, the
animated movie.
Yeah, actually, it was pretty good. Scarlett Johansson, Taron. I don't know how you say his last name.
Taron Killen.
No, Egerton. I think is how you say it. He was Eggsy in Kingsman.
Oh, Taron Egerton.
Edgerton. There it is.
Egerton. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Something. Yeah, but he's in it, and both very good singers.
Both very good singers.
Very good. And I can't think of anything else, any movies I've watched.
There's one that we saw together.
That we saw together. I didn't know if we were allowed to.
You can say it.
Yeah, we saw Dunkirk a couple weeks back, probably 3 weeks back.
Yeah, when pretty much the week after it came out.
Yeah, I
2
think
weeks after it came out, something like that.
Yeah, and then but I've been watching, like always, the DC shows from the CW on Netflix. But I have been watching them in order, and actually I wasn't. I was switching DC's Legends and Arrow. But I'm starting to watch them, like making sure I'm watching them in order, because they're about to do a mashup, so it'd be kind of hard to understand if I watched them all backwards. But yep, and that's it. So what have you been watching?
Well, I'm pretty sure the last movie I watched that was Dunkirk. Whenever we saw that, I could probably just check my phone and see. I've been watching the new Rick and Morty episodes.
Is that show good?
Yeah, it's really good. I have been watching episodes of Zoo, which is a really bad show.
Yeah, the Stephen King one, right?
Maybe. It might be. I think it's based on a book. I don't know if it's a Stephen King book.
I thought it was. Pretty sure it is. The animals are all like crazy hybrid something or another.
It's James Patterson.
Oh.
It's not good. It's another one of those, me and my cousin try to find bad things to watch and watch them.
I don't know how you do
examples being The 100, which we started watching because it was bad, but then we actually got into. Shannara Chronicles, which was actually bad all the way through, but we watched every episode, and they just released the trailer for season 2 of that, which is coming back on Spike for some reason. Riverdale, that kind of thing. We just watch whatever.
Wasn't Riverdale actually good though?
I thought it was good. He got through one episode. It's like, I'm not watching any more of this. This is just real bad teen drama. I'm like, yeah, it's enjoyable though.
Okay,
that's pretty much all the movies I've watched. Don't know what that was. That is something I hate. I just realized what it was. It's the ads when Netflix does that. I totally forgot that Van Helsing was a show though. I'm scrolling through Netflix because I had it open to see what I had watched.
I have that on my list of like things to watch. I don't know if I'll ever actually get to it because I have so many like things on my list to watch, but I don't. I watch things.
That was something I was trying to get my cousin to watch, but he's like, "We have to finish Zoo first, and Jericho." I'm like, "Yeah, but Jericho has 2 seasons, and like the first season has 30 episodes, which I'm surprised that show failed I'm not surprised that show failed. Okay, so let's get into some movie news, if that's everything we've watched.
Do believe so.
Since pretty much everything we cover is Marvel, DC, comic book movie news. Evangeline Lilly posted a picture of her in the Wasp costume in Ant-Man and the Wasp. People were mad because, spoilers, she's wearing the Wasp costume in a movie where she's the Wasp.
Oh, wow. Didn't know that was going to happen at the end of Ant-Man.
Didn't know that was going to happen in general when she was the character that is the Wasp in that movie.
From back 2 years ago, 2015.
I saw it on Reddit last night, and someone literally commented like, "Oh, this is a spoiler. I don't want to know anything about this movie before the trailer comes out." So you're going to watch the trailer and see her in the costume and get mad when it's in the trailer, but when she posts a picture herself, you're not going to... Anyways, it looks pretty cool. That movie's coming out whenever... that's after Avengers, right?
Infinity Wars?
Yeah, that's 2018. July 6th, 2018.
Doesn't Infinity Wars come out like the end of this year? Or is that next year?
That is May 4th,
So
2018.
Okay.
Yeah, Marvel is setting up... Oh, yeah! Sorry, I have to go back to what I've watched. I have to cut myself off mid-thing. Defenders. I watched that when that came out. Real good. Real solid. Iron Fist is in it. He works really well with Luke Cage when they have scenes together. Their scenes together are very good. Like, they work off each other well.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of him saying, "I am the immortal Iron Fist." It's pretty much... His character is literally the same. I've heard is the same from the show, like beat for beat. Everything he does is the exact same from the show, and he's just not really...
Yeah, that's what people don't like.
They make him the center point, and the hand is the villain. Spoilers, it's the obvious thing that they went with. And the hand has gotten old already, because they've been the villain through all of Daredevil, pretty much. They've been part of the villains. And I heard in Iron Fist, they're the villain.
Yeah, they're like the main people he's after.
But I think this is the last thing that they're gonna do
Hopefully.
with the hand. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
It was real weird.
I can definitely see that getting old. I mean, yeah, it is getting old. It's been around.
But I saw that Slash Films, one of their articles, the title is literally just a spoiler for something that happens at the end of Defenders. But it's like Luke Cage season 2 set photos, and I'm like, well, it's a set photos show spoiler. And I'm like, well, you're not giving people time. The show came out like 2 weeks ago, last week, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I would really recommend watching that. It's 8 episodes, which I think is less. They usually do 13.
Yeah, I think it's usually about 13.
Which 8, perfect amount. They all meet up in like the 3rd episode. They all actually get together.
Oh, really? It takes 3 episodes?
Yeah, which is fine. It shows them, like, they don't all get together until, like, that time, but they meet.
Okay.
Like, randomly.
Well, yeah, because Daredevil's supposed to be Jessica Jones's attorney.
Yeah, they show that.
Yeah, I know that's from the trailer.
Yeah, there's some really good... all the characters work really well together, and Danny Rand is the only one that does not work well by himself, when it's just him and villains. You see his, like, growth and stuff through the show. Like, he starts, like, realizing things that pretty much are things fans say, but it's the other Defenders, like, the 3 of them saying it to him, and he's like, oh, well. Anyways, back to news stuff. Justice League villain spoiled yet again. Another comic book movie villain spoiled through toys. So, the villain Steppenwolf was revealed through a mask. Entertainment Earth is releasing a Halloween mask for the character, which seems a bit overpriced at $39.99. Heroic Hollywood found the mask, which gives us a clearer look at Steppenwolf's face. It's a mask of his face. If you don't already have it open, it's that.
Gotcha.
Looks like a Power Rangers villain.
Yeah, it really
looks like
does.
Ivan Ooze from the Power Rangers movie, or what's the guy from Apocalypse, from X-Men Apocalypse? That kind of a look.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The purple
the
armor with grooves and an old face. I like the little jowls, though.
Yeah. Little
But that's something that's really not new. I mean, a spoiler for a villain isn't really that big of a spoiler unless it was like a hidden villain. Getting them spoiled through merchandise, whether it's toys or in this case a mask, that's something that just keeps happening.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I think Wonder Woman's villain got spoiled through the action figures or something?
No, it was, I think it was Spider-Man with Vulture.
I don't see anything with that, but that just might be because it's older. Oh yeah, additional villains possibly revealed by action figure set. So yeah, you were correct with that. Next news. The Hellboy reboot is shaping up to be a huge mess.
No.
With the guy who plays the sheriff in Stranger Things playing Hellboy, David Harbour, whichever way you pronounce that. Mila Djokovic playing Nemu, the Blood Queen. Ian McShane playing Professor Broom. Don't know who Ian McShane is. I'll probably know him once I open this up. Oh, he's Blackbeard in Pirates of the Caribbean, the fourth one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
He's in Kung Fu Panda. He's in John Wick 2. And who's this fourth person? Sasha Lane, who is in nothing. So good for her for getting a big role like that. But they were in hot water because Ed Skrein, I would pronounce that last name, was cast to play a Japanese-American character, and as always happens, people got angry because it should be a Japanese-American actor, because Japanese-American actors don't get the roles like they need to, like that.
Right.
Ghost in the Shell. Spoilers for that. You find out that she was Japanese in a white person's body. Her mind was Japanese. But he played, he's the, I'm pretty sure, main bad guy in Deadpool.
Ajax?
Yeah, that's who he plays him. He's in that, like, the transporter after Jason Statham wasn't doing it. He was in that. So he was cast to play Major Ben Daimio, is how I'm going to say that's pronounced. And last night, or yesterday afternoon, I guess, at 2:02 p.m., tweeted out a picture of something he wrote, where last week it was announced that I would be playing Major Ben Daimio in the upcoming Hellboy reboot. I accepted the role unaware that the character in the original comics was a mixed Asian heritage. There has been intense conversation and understandable upset since that announcement, and I must do what I feel is right. It is clear that representing this character in a culturally accurate way holds significance for people, and that to neglect this responsibility would continue a worrying tendency to obscure ethnic minority stories and voices in the arts. I feel it is important to honor and respect that. Therefore, I have decided to step down so the role can be cast appropriately. Representation of ethnic diversity is important, especially to me as I have mixed heritage family. It is our responsibility to make moral decisions in difficult times and to give voice to inexclusivity. It is my hope that one day these discussions will become less necessary and that we can help make equal representation in the arts a reality. I am sad to leave Hellboy, but if this decision brings us closer to that day, it is worth it. I hope it makes a difference. With love and hope, Ed Skrein. Now, how fast until they just cast another white person in this role? He was given the role. He was cast in the role, so they just were like, here, we want you to play him, seeing as he didn't know who the character was.
Right.
So either they're gonna give it to an Asian American person who deserves the role,
right,
or they're just gonna cast another white person, which is probably what they'll do because they don't care. It's money.
Yeah, that's true.
But also probably not gonna see this Hellboy movie anyways because Ron Perlman isn't Hellboy, and Ron Perlman is Hellboy.
Yes, he is.
And the fact that there's let's just give it to David Harbour. People like Stranger Things. They'll like him. They'll watch it because of him. So, James Bond. Bond 25, 25th Bond movie. Daniel Craig went on Late Night with Stephen Colbert and announced that he is, in fact, coming back to be James Bond again.
Dude's gonna get, like, so hurt during this.
Remember when he said he would rather slit his wrists than play Bond again?
Maybe he'll do both.
That paycheck, that must be a fat check.
Yeah.
So much money.
Probably right.
I didn't see the last one.
I don't really watch very many Bond movies.
I think the only one I've seen all the way through is not Quantum of Solace. It's the second Daniel Craig one. Skyfall. Yeah, that's the only one I think I've seen all the way through. I really don't care that much for James Bond. That's the third one. Fourth one is Spectre, and then this is going to be the fifth one. But apparently, Beyonce might do the theme song, which, okay. Like, the theme song for the Bond movies, everyone always makes a big deal about them, but they're like 3 minutes of the movie, and then you don't remember them after that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Adele did 2 of the Daniel Craig ones.
I don't know. I know she did Skyfall.
Yeah. They always... I don't know if they've always done this, but it seems like they just keep trying to get big name singers to do them.
Probably. Doesn't make sense. Not really. I mean, it's not for this kind of movie.
I don't really care that much about Bond in general, but people are excited. Trevor Noah has his stand-up on Netflix, his Netflix special. He does a joke about James Bond. There were people that wanted Idris Elba to play Bond and people who didn't want him to play Bond. And he was like, oh, I really wanted to play Bond. But then I went to, like, Scotland, and there were no black people there. So there'd be a scene where he's running down the street, and then he turns a corner, and he's in a crowd of people, and the guys chasing him turn the corner and, like, looking around, and they just see him right away because he'd be the only black guy there. I was like, all right, you have a point.
Yeah.
It's a funny point and a good joke, but, you know, whoever takes up Bond after Daniel Craig, if they keep doing Bond after Daniel Craig, and by keep doing it, I mean, he doesn't just keep getting paid millions and millions of dollars to do the same thing over and over again.
I don't know how old he is. Look it up real quick. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, he can't do it forever. I mean, he's getting... Yeah, he was born in 1968, so he's, what? 50s, yeah.
50s.
Or he'll be 50.
49. He'll be 50 next year.
Yeah. So, I mean, you really can't keep doing this when you're getting that old. I mean, even if you're in really good shape, though, but, like, you can only go for so long. Especially with movies like that.
Just give the Bond role to, like, let's try to figure this out. Who's a young, athletic, acrobatic,
white
British guy who's, like, decently young. He's a good actor. He's been in big movies, maybe. I don't know. Big franchise movies, maybe. Tom Holland, like, act, maybe. Could you? Actually thinking about it, I can't actually see him.
No,
doing that. Like, I could see him being like the old cheesy ones, but they've taken Bond like a darker, like more serious route.
I don't think he could do it.
As the first between him and the guy who's doing the Kingsman.
Yeah, that's who I thought. That's who I thought you were going for, but I didn't want to say it.
Let's just do Kingsman. Let's just give Kingsman, because that's pretty much what Kingsman is.
Except it's way awesomer. And that's probably not even a word, but I don't care.
Awesome.
That show deserves to have its own word. Or a movie.
Movie.
I wish it was a show. That'd be so much better.
Are you on Slash Films currently?
Yeah.
Did you see the big the rumor that everyone is real excited about, or at least will be excited about?
What's
Fantastic Four reboot?
I don't think I saw that one.
This is a rumor. Fantastic Four reboot is based on unpublished Mark Millar children's book. So that works into the fact that it was rumored that they were going to reboot Fantastic Four again and make it kid-friendly. And it's also a rumor. It also works into the rumor that I've made up that Fantastic Four is going to be shit if they reboot it again. Because I would say 3 reboots is a bad idea. But Spider-Man did it well. But this is just Fox rebooting it again.
Yeah, and Fox has already gone downhill 2 out of 2 times so far.
They did. If they were like, hey, we're giving the Fantastic Four to Disney. I'd be like, okay, third reboot sounds fine.
Right.
Since it's Disney doing it. But they're going to keep it? They're going to...
No.
But who's going to be casting it this time? Let's get a real skinny, small guy to play the Thing again. Because
that makes sense.
Was weird. Let's just cast people that are big names. Let's cast 2 of the 3 guys from Chronicles, I think. I don't remember if Miles Teller was in Chronicles or not. I think he was.
I don't think he was. No, it was just Michael B. Jordan.
Who else was in Chronicle then?
Dane DeHaan.
Dane DeHaan was like the guy who turned evil.
Yeah, and then Alex Russell.
But let's just cast a guy from that again. So let's give it to Alex Russell, since Dane DeHaan was in that Valerian movie, and he's... Well, I guess Michael B. Jordan did Creed.
Yeah.
And other big, good movies. So I guess Dane DeHaan could be in it. Let's give it to another act. Let's say Ansel Elgort. Not because I just looked at my Baby Driver poster, but because that was the first name that came to my head. And a female actress. Dame Judi Dench. There's your Fantastic Four.
Great.
I don't know if I count, but the guy... I think that's 3 people. That's all you need, because the Thing is going to be CGI anyways. So cast, like, Howard Stern.
The Rock.
To play a rock?
Yes.
Comedy gold.
At least that one would make more sense.
It would, but he's making... he's going to be in DC stuff. He's Shazam.
Oh, is he?
Shazam, yeah. And besides that, I guess we can talk about the stuff coming to Netflix and leaving, if there's anything good. If I look
I saw that on here.
Jaws.
I was looking at that.
Pulp Fiction, the live-action Beauty and the Beast. Apparently all the Jaws movies, looking at it now. A bunch of Shaquille O'Neal Presents All-Star Comedy Jam things. 5 of them. 6 of them. Bunch of Netflix original shows. Netflix is like, what, $6 million in debt now?
I don't know. I thought they were like 86.
20 million. 20 billion.
Oh.
20 billion.
$20 billion in debt.
So I want to talk about that for a little bit, since we are looking at the stuff coming to Netflix, and let's Netflix original content is what all this is going to.
I saw that too when I was looking at the calendar, so continue.
So they got a Final Fantasy show, apparently. That's going to be a Netflix original. A Lego show, which fine. That they have another. I think they have another Lego thing that's original. Let's see. Stand-up. Obviously, got to have your Netflix original stand-up every week that comes out. Anything new? Greenhouse Academy, Season 1. Spirit, Riding Free. That's another kids thing, so that probably makes a lot of money. The Confession Tapes. Don't know what that is. That's a Season 1 Netflix original. Jeff Dunham getting some Netflix original stand-up. Relative Disaster. It's probably all about his divorce again. Because that's what his last stand-up was about.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, like... my parents were watching it when I went out there once, and like when I went out in the living room and whenever it was on, and he was just talking about his divorce. I was like, man, comedic gold. He didn't have his puppets out though, so that's why it was like it was the good stuff. Because you know when Jeff Dunham doesn't have puppets out, that's his real good comedy. Because the puppets aren't why he's famous. American Vandal Season 1 Netflix original. These are all Netflix originals that I'm going to be reading off. Go for it.
My dad was watching Sandy Wexler, the Adam Sandler one on Netflix, and I only caught like a little bit of it here and there. It was like, it'll make you laugh, but it was also really stupid. It wasn't good. Like I could already tell, and I only watched like 10 minutes of it, but just thought I would share that with the people.
They actually just a couple, like last week or 2 weeks ago, released the trailer for the new Adam Sandler Netflix original movie, and it looks like it could be good. It's not a goofy... It doesn't look like it's one of his, like, off-the-walls goofy new movies. It seems more serious. It has Ben Stiller.
Yeah, I know I saw something for it. I didn't really pay it much attention because I figured it would just be stupid.
The Meyerowitz Stories, which is going to come out in October. Dustin Hoffman, and looking through the cast, it doesn't have any of his usual guys in it. So it doesn't have Steve Buscemi, doesn't have Kevin James, doesn't have David Spade. It has Sigourney Weaver in it. It has Adam Driver in it. It's from the writer of the Fantastic Mr. Fox screenplay and the Screenplay for Madagascar 3. The best of the trilogy, in my opinion.
Is that the one where they join the circus?
Europe's Most Wanted. It's like a dramedy.
Okay.
So it's going to be more of a punch-drunk love style. Adam Sandler's serious role. Like, not like just doing the weird yelling thing he does in every movie. I'm actually kind of excited for that. But since these are the September 29th is when they really hit the Netflix original things. They get those going because you get The Magic School Bus Rides Again, Season 1.
Oh, great.
You get Season 2 of Real Rob, the Rob Schneider Netflix original show. Our Souls at Night, which is a Netflix original movie. Paul Hollywood's Big Continental Road Trip Season 1. Gerald's Game, Club de Cuervos Season 3, and Big Mouth Season 1. So, and we also got new episodes of Fuller House apparently coming out this month. So look forward to all your Netflix original content, and Netflix probably raising their prices again because they're
so much debt,
but also still want to make that original content,
especially for those
stand-up
comedy stand-ups. Yep.
Yeah, you gotta get your stand-ups, and you gotta get a new show every 6 new shows and 6 new movies every month. But besides that, thank you for listening. Follow us on Twitter at Best Boys Podcast. Email us questions or topics, bestboyspodcast@gmail.com. If you like the show and want to support it, rate and review it on iTunes. Or if you want to give us money, patreon.com/bestboys. Thank you for listening. And don't watch bad things on Netflix anymore. Don't watch their bad original content.